Hello and welcome to the Ladies Tale podcast.
And guess what? I'm in the shop.
You are, and hopefully, I didn't even look for the red dite. The
red dite. Oh my word.
Dite.
D-I-T-E. I actually like that word. I think it's going to be pretty good for Scrabble. D-I-T-E.
I don't know if that is even a word. So I didn't look for the red dot, so I don't know if you actually got my hello. So hello and welcome to the Ladies Tale podcast.
Are you for real?
I'm Jade.
No. I'm the narcissist. I get this. I have to say it 3 times. So hello, and hello from Winona. There you go. See, I feel like that's right. Now the world is right.
The world is okay. You know what? I'm not even gonna go there with her today. It's a pretty spring day. It's like 72 degrees outside, so I'm not even gonna worry about it because I'm gonna be working on my tan soon. That's exciting. All right, but we wrote literary life guides of pop poetry. Yes, y'all. We actually do have good things to say, but we write it down. Right. So, and I thought divorce was bad with other life lessons, and I thought being grown up was easy.
I can't find that.
If only I were me, a memoir and verse, all available on audible.com.
So that's 3 of the 17 books you can get from us.
Absolutely. You can find out everything your ladies are doing on www.andwethought.com or
at the endithoughladies.com.
Right. Oh my goodness, how did you pause? Right. That's where we have an all in one page. So you can just find out stuff. You can glance over it. Yeah, so y'all aren't here to hear us about stumbling on. You're here to hear from my wonderful guests.
Wonderful guests, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi there, I am Diane Foy, and I am a PR and marketing coach for musicians and actors.
Yes, I love that. Because, normally we talk to PR coaches for books. And so, having someone for music and actors is just...
Yeah, I mean...
I feel cool.
Right, don't you feel like I feel a little less word nerdy, right? To borrow a phrase from one of our good friends.
Gabriella, that's right.
Yeah. To borrow a phrase where I feel a little less word nerdy. And I think that talking to you, one of our goals was to look at PR in another way, right? Because we're authors and we're always looking at PR to promote our books. But I think we can glean some stuff from learning how to make your brand match to something social or larger than yourself. So how did you fall into being?
I had a question. But with no further ado, what do you think are the most important things that someone should know as an actor or musician about putting themselves out there to the world? And then Jade, we can backpedal with your question.
Well, I think the advice is the same for everyone, I find. It's the same path that I've fallen myself. Can you hear? Okay, I keep going. Yes, so I think I coach artists in 3 phases because I was a publicist for a long time, and in order to get press, you need to have a big social media following. And if you don't have that, you're kind of wasting your money if you're hiring a publicist. So I start with personal branding. When you have an authentic personal brand, to be able to put yourself out there and express yourself with everything that you are, that's your brand. And then put out content consistently on social media. And then you can work towards getting publicity coverage.
Well, that's very interesting. And can you explain about everything that you're about? Like, is that like what your beliefs, or is it just like, oh, I'm an actor and a musician, but I also wrote this book, or like I'm an actor and musician, I love to cook? What do you mean by that?
I'm not sure I know the question, but
okay. So should you use everything that you have, every skill that you have at your ability, and possibly see if it can be part of your personal brand to put you further into the public eye? Or should you just focus on being a musician or an actor?
I think share everything that you are, and people connect to that. I find that's kind of a mistake a lot of artists do, is if they're a musician and you're posting on social media and it's just all about your music. Check out my song, check out my song, check out my song. It's like, nobody cares about that. You have to connect to people. And if you're a foodie and you're talking about food, you might connect with people that way, and then they might check out your music. Same if you're an actor, you want to just be presenting yourself. Like if you look at my Instagram, It's like I post a lot about arts and entertainment, but I've made cats and wine part of my brand.
I really love it.
My brand.
I love cats and wine. I love that so much.
So that's why we were looking at your Instagram first.
Wait, all in your way. Cats and wine.
Cats and wine.
So what exactly do you have? Well, I'm sorry. How exactly can you find motivation, especially if you don't have those social media numbers, to continue with a personal brand to get those numbers in order to even get into the public eye?
Well, I think that's the thing, is to start with that. Too many people skip the foundation and they go straight to marketing and promotion and publicity. And if you're not going to have long-term success when you do that, when you skip steps, when everyone wants it all now. And so they want to skip things to get to the promotion. But if you don't know what you're promoting, you're not very far. And also it's a confidence builder when you take the time to evaluate, explore your personality, explore your stories, explore your image and your skills, your strengths, your weaknesses, and limiting beliefs, and your why. I think it all comes down to your why. Is why are you chasing this dream? A career in the arts is not easy. And if you're not clear on your motivation, it's going to be too easy to quit when things go wrong. But if you're really clear on why you want to make a living as an actor or musician or writer or any kind of artist, that becomes the driving force if you really, own it, of why you're doing this.
And why is it important to get to know your target market before you go into marketing? Because I know how some people just like, it's for everybody, and nothing's for everyone.
We're gonna come at it from a book standpoint, like those new authors, and they'll be like, "Oh, this book is for everyone." Not everyone reads true crime, so
not everyone reads.
Not everyone reads.
Yeah. I think a lot of people say that if you try to speak to everyone, you speak to no one. So you want to get clear on who your target ideal reader is. If you're writing a book, like who is your ideal writer or reader? If you're a musician, who's your ideal fan? If you're an actor, same thing, either a fan or maybe you're trying to attract a casting director. You want to just be really clear on who it is you're talking to, because when you're posting on social media and you're telling stories and you're talking about things, you want the people watching or reading to think, oh, they're talking to me. They get me. And that's what makes that connection, that they just, you get me. That's how you get super fans.
And I really love that you said about actors talk to the casting director, because I mean, maybe as an author, I never thought about that. Like, I never thought, oh yeah, you probably do want some casting directors as your fans. I think that's how you get hired. So yeah, that's a really important part. And you talked about getting a clear vision on your image. Can you explain a little bit more about that? What that
because we need some assistance for that.
Right.
I'm joking.
No. I mean, well, let's be honest. I know as a lot of authors, we hear, well, authors are boring, right? And so you need to be boring and stuffy. And if that's not your image and you want it to be something else, how can you do that?
Yeah, I think just express who you really are. Like, you got to be authentic. I mean, if you're full of personality, like you guys, very full of personality, if you try and come off like, okay, I gotta be serious, I gotta it's not gonna come off authentic. People are gonna be like, not buy into it because they know it's not you. So you have to be authentic with that. And when it comes to image, it is the hair and makeup and clothes, especially for a performer. But I think the same advice applies to us who maybe are not the standing on stage or, artist, but your hair, makeup, clothing, that tells a story about you too. It shows people who you are.
Yeah. So should we be thinking about hiring someone to do our personal image?
Our personal image?
I mean, because yeah,
really?
Our personal image. Yeah.
You spend money? Okay.
No, that's only a signature look.
All right, so let's get back to our guest, right?
Yeah. So,
what made you want to do this career? I mean, I just have to ask, right? Because everyone's going to want to know.
Well, I could tell you my why.
Yes, please tell us your why.
So, my why is I love arts and entertainment, and especially performers, because I'm not one. You know, I was way too shy. Maybe I wanted to be a singer dancer, but that was never going to happen. I was way too shy. So everything that I've done is because I want to be around performers, musicians, actors. And also, no matter what's going on in your life, like whatever's going on in my life, I can escape to the world that musicians and actors create for us. You know, you can get lost in a song, you can get lost in a movie and escape your troubles, you know. And so that's why, you know, many of the reasons I love performers. So when it came down to, okay, what am I going to do for a living? I started out as a photographer, and it wasn't because I loved photography. It was because that's a way in. It's a way to get to performers. So even as I was doing photography, I always wanted to shoot the actors and the musicians, and because that's who I want to be around. Then I took makeup artistry, kind of for my own photography, but then I fell into being a makeup artist for a long time. I was from BC. I moved to Toronto, worked at MAC Cosmetics and did but even then I always did music videos, photo shoots on the side. So again, I always wanted to be around performers. I tried writing. I tried being a journalist for a while. I was like, that's not it. So obviously I want to be on the industry side of it. I want to help people with their careers. So I went to entertainment management school. I kind of figured publicity would be where I'd end up, but the program just taught you everything about the entertainment industry. So yeah, then when I finished, I just started doing publicity. I started with friends' bands and just started promoting, and people that I'd known for years start telling me that, seems like you should have been doing this a long time ago. And I'm like, you could have told me.
Maybe it wasn't your time yet, huh? Maybe it wasn't your time.
Yeah. And so 16 years as a publicist, got to work with a lot of well-known musicians and actors, but also I loved the up-and-comers. I liked helping them. And I think that's what led me to coaching, is because as a publicist, actors, musicians, they're like, I need to increase my profile. I need to hire a publicist. Mm-hmm. But then they don't have the social media presence. They don't have the personal brand. And so I can't really get you press unless you have a unique story. You got to have something going on. And so I'd have to kind of send them away and go, well, go work on this. And when it occurred to me coaching, it's like, okay, now I can work one-on-one, and which also gets me working one-on-one, which that's my area of expertise. Like, even as a publicist, there was a disconnect between me and the artist. And now as a coach, it's a one-on-one connection. Everything is tailored to you.
Wow.
And where you are at in your career.
That's amazing.
So have you ever considered taking, I had something to say.
I was going to say that those past careers can truly help you have truly helped you, because if you were a photographer and a journalist and a makeup artist, you know what these people are looking for. So now as a coach, you can really help someone get the best publicity that they can. And so it was your time after you did all of that.
It all comes into what I do now.
Right. And I mean, has that been like your secret weapon in the background?
I think it's what makes me different than there's a lot of coaches for actors, and they're probably, a lot of them are actors or musician coaches, they're career coaches, they're musicians. And what sets me apart is the PR, but also, yeah, the photography, makeup, it all kind of, most coaches out there don't have that experience.
Right.
Exactly.
And I'm like, I love that you have that kind of experience. And I'm like, wow, yeah, she would really know. Absolutely. Feel like that's not your best side. And if she says that to y'all, like, absolutely know that she's done this before. Please go switch to the other side.
It's so funny. I'm sorry. I didn't even
I mean, but it's true though, because as a photographer, you know what's gonna help bring out someone. And as a makeup artist, you know, you're like very visual, so you know what you're talking about. And I like that you know. I like that very much.
Even choosing your brand colors.
Right.
It's color theory. It's why you would choose blue over red, or, you know, the meaning behind it. I love all that stuff.
Yeah, so, see, this is wonderful. Where can people find out more about you? Because I mean, I'm almost ready to sign up for your coaching.
I'm not lying. I'm after we get finished.
I'm almost ready to sign up.
Yeah, I coach. I can coach any creative. That's because I'm more of a visual artist myself. But I just focus on musicians and actors. But it's the same principles that I would coach anyone on. So I am DianeFoy.com. I have a freebie. It's the Fans, Media, and Industry Attraction Roadmap. And that's at DianeFoy.com/freebie. And then I also have a podcast where I interview singers, dancers, actors, and industry people on how to succeed in the arts. And that's singdanceactthrive.com. And on all social media, I'm Diane Foy PR.
Thank you so much for coming on. I feel like I've learned a lot. Winona?
I have learned tons, and I'm planning on applying it. I was quiet today because I'm actually taking notes.
Absolutely. We were so excited to have you on. This is amazing. Y'all check out her podcast and everything that she has going on. But if you want to know more about your ladies, you can always go to www.andwethought.com. Go to the read all of that. But more importantly, go to the ladies tab, go to the middle and see the charities that we proudly support. Maybe you can support them also. And if you want all of this and just one page.
You can go to www.andithoughladies.com.
All right, y'all. Just remember, wisdom is all around you if
you're open to finding it and accepting it. So peace and love, you guys, from Winona
and Jade. Bye-bye. Oh, yeah. Thanks for listening.